So thank you so much for tuning in and keeping in tune with my my acting and directing journey. I appreciate you all.
Thank you so much. That was so kind. Thank you.
Muy buenas noches, padres. Gracias por estar en el canal. Bienvenido, es un honor. Bueno, vamos a empezar con hablar sobre casi la mayoría de la carrera de padres, que es extensa, claro que sí. Primero, felicitarlo por los 25 premios y las 22 nominaciones que ha obtenido en este año.
Okay, Paris, let's start first. We know that you got a great resume, so we'll try to sum it up. But first, Jhon, congratulations, and we congratulate you for the 25 awards and 22 nominations that you got this year. And we think that you will have more because the year is only at the half, yes?
Yes, I appreciate that a lot. I'm super happy people are enjoying the film.
Preguntarte sobre un cortometraje que la verdad fue de sus primeros trabajos, The Hairs of Us. ¿Está inspirada en un libro, en ese mismo libro de Kennedy Foss, o es distinto? Porque la historia es muy diferente, la trama, o no sé si siguieron indicaciones sobre ese libro.
In the short film, The Herald of, it was inspired for the book of Kennedy Foss, or it's a different story?
That's a different story, but good correlation. But it's a different story based on this actress and her life story from, I don't know, about 10 years ago. But we, took it to the screen.
Jhon, es una historia distinta, pero sí es basada en una historia de una actriz que fue llevada a la pantalla. O sea, es una adaptación de una historia real. Sí, lo que
Eso
pasa
es
más
excelente.
interesante.
No, muy excelente. Bueno, hay que hablar sobre no solo el trabajo de Taylor Swift como musical, sino más bien del documental. Hombre, he visto la parodia, he visto el tema del documental, muy diferente. Obviamente se le hace como un tributo a lo que ella hace, no es malintencionado, pero quisiera saber cuál es el álbum preferido de ella y tuyo de ella, y también cómo hicieron para lograr tal exactitud tanto del documental, la experiencia, todo.
Okay, this one is for the Sweeters, man, because you got the loot, and it's strange, no? You appear in American Beauty, but you also appear in a parody of Shake It Off. So, two questions: what is your favorite album of Taylor? And yeah, man, how do you manage? Because this parody is really you know that it's special. So how do they manage to do the wardrobe? And we know that it's a parody, but you are not making. Yes, it's more like an homage, because we know that impact from her not only in the States but here, even in Colombia, she got fans all around the world. So may happy to the Sweeters and answer those questions.
Yeah, that's a great question. It's funny that's on my IMDb. Yeah, I got cast as this orange shirt guy in the Shake It Off video. They said we need someone. They tried to replicate all the actors and actresses, and I fit the humorous, funny vibes of the orange shirt guy. And I actually get called out for orange shirt guy a lot on YouTube. People recognize me as orange shirt guy. It's so funny. You never know what will resonate with people. You don't know, but yeah, I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. Yeah.
Pues Jhon, lo reconocen como el chico de la camisa naranja, incluso en YouTube.
Es verdad. No, pero también cómo es la experiencia en videoclip musicales, man, porque ha salido unos buenos videos de electrónica, muy buenos.
Yeah, man, and not only that video, you got a really cool resume appearing on a lot of music videos, mostly of we call it here electronic music. I think the right name is EDM. Tell us more.
Yeah, I did a lot of music videos early in my career, and if you went to my YouTube, you might have seen the list of the 100. Yeah. That's a good way to, as an early actor, break in to the industry. Because I was just forming relationships. I was just learning Hollywood, and music videos are a good way as an actor to start the process.
Tell me how many you do, because we need to tell you like a trivia for the channel. How many music videos do you got in your resume?
Oh my, I literally have no idea. I mean, there's probably 50 in that YouTube. Not because not music videos usually aren't on IMDb.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
But
sometimes.
most music videos are just in the, I mean, there's so many that I don't remember. I remember one of my biggest experiences was with U2 and Bono, hanging out with Bono all day. That was a really cool experience. And none of the footage even got used. But
And
I got to hang out with Bono all day.
No, man. And because in the channel, we interviewed with Bad Albur, and he got the record. I think he got like, Jhon, ¿cuántos videos tiene Albur?
Más de
700, 600?
800, ya va contando.
More than 800 videos, man. So
Oh,
that's what.
no, not me. I'm like maybe 100. This is a guitar pick from the band U2.
Wow.
And I shot with them.
Oh my God, man.
Wow.
Be a pick because I play guitar. So we
Yes.
got to, and that's a
Eso es oro.
fun story.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing that. Wow. And a big hi, of course, to Albur. Jhon, continúa.
Oiga, sería bueno que alguna vez coincida con Mike Ferguson.
Y con Albur.
También.
Man, it will be great. And I know you know that actor. Another actor. Oh, man. That gave me bad memories because this channel got like 2 or 3 years. And one of the first interviews was Mike Ferguson. It's crazy, man, because we interviewed with Mike before he did videos with Avril Lavigne, with Travis Scott. He's
Lil
now
Nas.
one of the Lil Nas X. Sorry, that was a motorcycle. He's one of the hottest music video actors right now. And also series and movie actors. It will be great that you team up, you, Albert, and Mike Ferguson, by the way.
Eso solamente.
It will be
Yes.
awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
The team, don't worry, the team that's on here, yes, we're in Colombia, but that wasn't guns. No. They got a really horrible, I don't know if in the States that happened, but here the people, they don't fix the escapes of the motorcycle, so they go boom. Oh, that's horrible. So you will be hearing a lot. They do it in the States also, the same way.
It's so loud. So
Why?
loud.
Why do they do it? Okay. Yo le está explicando las motos.
Sí,
Look
sí,
at
sí.
me. Look at me. Why?
Look at me, I got a motorcycle. I don't fix it. It sounds like boom. Okay. But yo,
Eso es
continue.
increíble, man. Qué locura. No, hay que hablarle sobre el universo de James Balsamo, man. Hay dos
Wow.
películas muy buenas, Hollywood Waterworld y 14 Go. Me dice James que ninguna de las dos está terminada. Pero quisiera preguntarte, ¿cómo fue la experiencia? Pero también si compartiste escena, hombre, con Sabu, con Eusi, cuéntanos.
Well, one of the friends of the channel is James Balsamo. We know that he haven't finished yet 14 Ghosts. It's crazy because we talked about 14 Ghosts like 2 years ago, and he still do it, but it's okay. We know that he will come out with something great. And yes, the Hollywood Werewolf. Tell us more about working with that crazy and great guy that is James, and you team up because he always made the craziest castings ever. So where do you team up in the movies? Where do you share screen?
A good question. James is a crazy, creative filmmaker, balls to the wall. Every time working with him, things are always going so fast, and he's got a vision for this and that. Everything is lickety split. You get one take. You get one take as an actor. He came to the premiere of Dying to Sleep. He came and to the red carpet, which was really nice of him. This film,
Wow, yes.
which was nice. I got to see James there, and I met James through Andy Dick.
Pues John, James fue a la premiere de Dying to Sleep y se lo presentó Andy Dick, y claro, que dice que si sale con las ideas más locas posibles, pues no, toca esperar 14 Ghosts y Hollywood Werewolf, man.
Felicítelo. 27 nominaciones y 27 premios y 19 nominaciones, man.
¿Por Dying
Digno
to
de
Sleep?
Sleep. Sí.
Damn, man, and also another good congratulations, because, and you can correct us if we are wrong, 25 awards or 20, I don't know, how many awards got Dying to Sleep, man? You have to tell us.
And it's something like, 40 or 50 wins, nominations. I have to count them all up, but I'm overwhelmed. It's really, really cool to get that feedback.
John, ahí vamos contando. No se sabe todavía cuántas.
Wow. Fíjate algo, men. Hay algo que sí me enteré y hasta ahorita puedo decirlo. Paris va a actuar junto con Mike Ferguson en Potterville. Quisiera preguntarte esa experiencia. Eso sí me olvida.
Wow, and we mentioned Mike Ferguson, and you will add with him in Potterville. I hope I pronounced right that movie. What can we know, if we can know something about that project?
Yes, that project is interesting. That project started this way, and they took it in a different direction. I think that's why it's taking a while. But I've acted with Mike Ferguson a few times in different films. We know some of the same people. He's a trooper. He's a true rock star, that guy.
Like I said, the next step that will be you, Albur, and Mike doing a music video, man.
Yes. Oh, I would love that.
John, lo que falta es crear un videoclip, los tres. Lo pongo acá.
Wow, man, eso es increíble. No, y no solo eso, es que yo he visto que va a actuar con varias personas, pero hay algo que sí le digo, esa película va a pegar muchísimo. Esa de Porky, pero también va a pegar mucho el que es esta que va a actuar con Rebecca Kennedy, man. Casi se me olvida, lo siento, Rebecca, que se llama The Other King, man. ¿Qué tal la experiencia sobre sirenas, sobre ese distinto tipo de cosas?
Pásale mi corto, y antes de que lo pases, porfa, solo te diré algo sobre la película. Es que empezó de una forma y no se sabe en qué va la película con Mike.
No puede ser.
I was telling John the thing that you told me that. That movie started in that way, and we don't know in which way it's going. Well, we know we came out awesome, but man, tell us about the experience of another movie that is The Other Kind with Rebecca Kennedy. By the way, John asked you that
Aquí
that movie is
estuvo.
about sirens. Yes, and she was in the channel also. I asked the favor to John to share a short film I did about sirens, but let's talk about The Other Kind, man.
Yeah, that was a great experience. The director, Mary C. Russell, she is a female filmmaker genre director. She directs very specific, odd, eerie, crazy horror. She's very specific. So it's really fun to be a part of her projects. And meeting Rebecca, I mean, we started a big friendship after that movie. I'm really glad that that movie happened, and I can't wait for it to come out. Both those movies are still not out yet. They're taking a little bit in post-production.
John, lo bueno es que se inició una amistad muy bonita con Rebeca, y nada, que lo bueno es el elemento que es la directora, ¿no? La directora hace ese tipo de películas.
Se hace ese tipo de películas locas, muy locas. Hombre, también yo te quería preguntar sobre, man, aquí estuvo Costas Mandela. Obviamente la locura con Southwest y todo eso, pero quisiera preguntarte sobre, ven, actuar en un thriller muy bueno. No, quisiera preguntarte la experiencia con Costas, pero también en esta película que está por salir, Dangerous Methods.
Man, Costas Mandylor was here on the channel, so tell us how was acting with that great guy and on Dangerous Methods. Anything we can know about that project?
Yeah, that was a really cool experience. I actually auditioned for the lead Christopher's role, but I'm too young looking. So they said, Not this role, but the cop. You can play the cop. And Umberto is the director of that, very talented. Rachel Brooks Smith is a great friend of mine. She's the lead in that, super talented. It's a well put together thriller.
Jhon, él audicionó para el papel principal, pero por lo joven le dieron el papel del policía, pero tú sabes esa gran actriz que es Rachel, son amigos.
Sí, de hecho, el papel de policía creo que va con una escena con Costa, sí. Ese es muy, muy
Sí,
bueno.
claro.
Fíjate que hay algo que me pareció interesante. Él le está dando oportunidad a esta actriz que se llama Charlotte Caseta. Amén. Es una muy buena actriz que va para grande. Man. Quisiera preguntarte sobre los nuevos proyectos que tiene con ella, pero fíjate que hay algo. En Canva Christmas hicieron un video pequeño, pero ese video fue visto pues acá pues en Latinoamérica y también visto en otras partes pues de Centroamérica, más que en Estados Unidos. Y eso que fue un corte de 1 minuto, man.
But yes, we are asking you about working with a really promising actress that is Charlotte Caseta. But this is a very interesting data. I know that Jhon find it on a forum. That canvas short, we know that it's really short, but got great feedback here in Latin America, in Central America. It was crazy. Tell us more.
Canva
Wow, really
Christmas,
great.
como dicen.
Yeah,
Canvas
Canvas
Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
is that so commercial?
Yes.
yes, got really great feedback here in Latin America and Central America.
Great. That's great. That's great. Oh my gosh. That was a fun one. And I met a really dear friend on that shoot, Charlotte. That was the first time I met her, Charlotte Grace, and we became really good friends. She's a really talented actress. And we actually knew the director of that commercial that got to be really fun to shoot because you're shooting Christmas in July. It was July, but everything was Christmas. So that's always fun as an actor. You're walking to set and there's Christmas trees, but it's so hot. It's in the middle of July.
Jhon se grabó en un julio, en medio de un verano, lo que es loquísimo. Y claro que sí, Charlotte, no solo una gran actriz, una gran amiga, se conoció en ese proyecto. Y obviamente se vienen más proyectos entre los dos.
Claro, y no solo ese, hay un proyecto que está por salir muy bueno antes, que ojalá que nos lo pase París, que se llama Fondue. Eso es muy bueno. Quisiera preguntarle si de pronto los personajes se inspiraron en la relación que tenía Stephen King junto con su esposa cuando comenzaron a escribir.
I know this a coming project is called Footnote, but is it inspired somehow in the relationship between Stephen King and his wife, or what thing we know about Footnote?
Yes, that's a good comparison. A writer and his partner, and that stress and that dichotomy in that relationship is definitely what Footnote is. And Footnote's actually done. It's all done. It's just not released. But the Charlotte, who was in the Canvas commercial, is in Footnote with me, and the director of The Other Kind directed Footnote. So Rebecca and I was in The Other Kind, she's really talented. That was directed by Mary C. Russell, and she directed Footnote also. So it's always fun working with people you know.
Pues Jhon, la misma directora de The Other Kind, obviamente otra vez Charlotte. Y sí, es una muy buena comparación, lo que tú dijiste. Jhon, la película está terminada, solo que no se ha lanzado, solo se puede decir eso.
Oh, eso es un buen dato, man. Gracias, en serio. Bueno, hay también otra historia que me pareció súper interesante, Pari, es sobre Precia. Ahí actúa nuestro querido amigo Eddie Roberts también con él. Pero, hombre, hay algo diferente en esta historia, distinta a lo que tienes con él, las dos producciones, que obviamente se le preguntará más adelante. Es sobre cómo hicieron para que todo el cast saliera, pues obviamente diferente, porque el cast siempre es variado, pero siempre es como todos jóvenes. Pero mayormente la única persona mayor es Eric.
Okay, we know that our friend Eric will come later and we will talk about 2 projects, but there is a project that we want to ask you that is for Science Man. What a really cool way to do a casting, no? Because Eric is the father, like the oldest, like the elder, sorry. And there is a lot, or great young actors and actresses. So tell us more about that experience in Prescient.
Yeah, that was a really intense experience. That was one of the first feature films that I was a part of behind the camera also. But yeah, I had already worked with Eric, but I had never worked with Linda Gray. And I also met Mike Manning on that shoot. And we pulled it together. It was just filmmaker friends trying to get it together. So it totally worked out, and they were able to finish the film. So I'm really cool of the connect. It's really cool all the connections and friendships that were formed.
Pues yo no solo fue con Eric, también está Linda Gray, también está Mike Manning. O sea, imagínate, amistades que se hicieron muy buenas
Muy buen elenco.
detrás y delante de cámaras y entre excelentes personas y actores y actrices.
Bueno, hay un dato curioso. Paris ha podido, aparte del cine estadounidense, ha podido actuar en cine ruso, man. Hay un directorazo que la verdad es increíble. Quisiera preguntarte sobre la experiencia. Más bien es como una biografía musical. Pero me hubiese gustado que estuviese Kat Kramer, man, porque sería una perfecta actriz para este cast, pero bueno, lástima que no se dio. Pero, man, ¿cómo es la experiencia en este documental? Que es diferente, cine ruso puro.
It's crazy, man, because you also had acted on movies across the world. Live, Silent Life, the story of the lady in black, man. in
Vladislav
Russia.
is amazing, man. It's amazing.
Yes,
Vladislav.
yes. Tell us more about working in here. And by the way, shout out to a friend of the channel, Kat Kramer. It will be great to see her acting in that project. We don't see her, but man, tell us more about working overseas.
Yeah, that movie has been in the works for 20 years. When I did my scenes, they had been shooting 10 years. I talked to the director, and I was very new to acting, and I was able to watch and see where the director put energy and where he didn't put energy. And I just learned a lot on that set. And knowing that it's okay if films take a long time to get it right. Not all films are turned around. So I definitely learned that on that one. 10 years before my first day of shooting, they had already been working on it. And then it still took another, 8 years to finish.
Pues John, cuando Dylan grabó su escena, habían pasado 10 años.
10
Y ahorita han
años.
pasado otros 8 años porque es un proyecto que ha tomado mucho tiempo, pero se sabe que el resultado final va a ser increíble.
Yo te
Y además de
pregunto,
que el director manejaba distintos tipos de energías.
es que es un poco raro, pero ¿cuál es su película rusa favorita? No sé si tengas alguna preferencia, Paris.
That's a crazy question. And do you got like a favorite Russian movie?
Russian movie.
Yes, John wants to know.
Russians.
Y John,
What is-
si le preguntas sobre lo que más bien sobre la película para el documental. I'm asking something to John and I hope he agrees. John, espere, I will ask. John, ¿y por qué no le preguntas más bien algo para el documental? ¿Cuál es su película de terror favorita?
Bueno, si deseas, si
Pero sí
acepta,
acepta.
claro.
Okay, no, we will change this question to an even better because John is doing a documentary and of course you have to tell us if you accept to be asked. It's about horror and terror, the history. So if you say yes, the question is the following one. John ambas, ¿no? El futuro y,
Sí.
y la película. What
La
is your
película.
favorite horror and terror movie? And what do you think, knowing that you are a director of the genre, what do you think that is the future of horror and terror cinema? So first, do you accept to be on the documentary? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, answer. Thank you. What is your favorite horror or terror movie, and what do you think that is the future of the genre?
I would have to say my favorite types of horror movies are the ones that mess with your mind a little bit, not necessarily blood and gore, still a fun time, to see those effects. But The Silence of the Lambs, that kind of movie really gets to me. It's one of my favorite films. And what do I think of the future of the genre? I think it will always be around. I think it was one of the first. When movies were made, there was scary movies. One of the first 10 movies was a scary movie. Vampires or monsters or Frankenstein. And I think it will keep going. It's not going anywhere, but I think it will keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed, and we will find new ways for scary movies like a lot of A24 films are doing.
John, creo que entendiste El silencio de los inocentes. A él le gustas más que jueguen con la mente y que se sabe muy bien, y eso lo sabes muy bien en tu tesis, que el terror siempre ha estado desde los comienzos, va a seguir y va a seguir como lo que está haciendo A24, A24.
Wow, man, thank you for the acceptance. Y no, bueno, aparte de eso, con la cual te agradezco mucho, hay que hablarle sobre zombies. A él también le gustan los zombies, man, pero quisiera preguntarte sobre cómo fue participar en esta experiencia loca, porque es de comedia, humor negro. Pero hombre, ¿le gustaría dirigir alguna de zombies? ¿Eres de los que luchan, corren, no sé, se esconden? Cuéntame.
Let's talk about zombies, not only about what doesn't kill us. We know that is a dark comedy with a zombie movie, but do you want to direct a zombie movie? And if the zombie apocalypse happens, do you will be the ones that fight or the ones that run?
Okay, well, 3-part question. Okay, well, the zombie movie I was in, What Doesn't Kill Us, right? That was directed by a couple of my good friends, and I was able to have a little bit of comedy in the zombie. I like that mix. I like that mix up of comedy and zombie. It's fun to play as an actor. Directing, would I direct a zombie movie? You bet I would. If there's a good story. If the story speaks to me, they could be zombies, they could be vampires, they could be butterflies. You know, it's about the story for me, and I would like to see zombies in a unique world. Like, it's not a zombie world, but they're just zombies in you fish out of water story about a zombie. And would I fight or run? Well, in high school, I was the fastest kid in Washington State, so I could probably outrun them. After I took off a couple heads, and then I'd run.
That remind me of that video game. I don't know if it's that island or the one that he runs, but he kills some zombies on the way.
On the way.
Jhon, sí, y quiere hacer, obvio que en esta película tuvo la oportunidad de mezclar humor con el tema de zombies. Sí quiere hacer una película de zombies, pero él dice que es más que todo el guión. O sea, a él no le importa si son vampiros, zombies, mariposas. Lo que le importa es que si es una película de un zombie, que esté en otro universo que no tenga que ver con los zombies. Imagínate esa unión. Y es, o sea, como una especie de mashup. Y dice que él fue el chico más rápido en Washington, así que él dice que sí correría, pero se llevaría a uno u otros 2 zombies en el camino. Yo le dije, como el videojuego de Island, ojalá.
No, ojalá, sí, ojalá. Bueno, aparte de zombies, ojalá algún día actúe con Patricio Tolman, ojalá, algún día. Y, hombre, yo te pregunto sobre esa nueva película que habla sobre la esquizofrenia. Quisiera preguntarte por qué es tan importante evidenciar esta película y qué de pronto otros trastornos o tipo de estos temas delicados quisiera hacer en el futuro. ¿Qué otros temas?
Okay, let's do a shout out to A Man of His Word. We know that this movie deals with a very delicate subject that is schizophrenia. So tell us more about it, but also there is a lot of themes in that subject, a lot of illnesses, diseases. So do you want to portray or do more projects that shine a light on mental health?
It's a great question. Yeah. A Man of His Word really was one of the first projects I directed, and shining a light on mental health, I think, is important, which Dying to Sleep, the new movie, does quite a bit. So I think I took some pieces from A Man of His Word and used some of that in Dying to Sleep. But that project being like one of the first times I directed was a great experience, and I had a great team around me, and I was able to get it off the ground, which is so hard these days.
Pues John, muchas cosas de A Man of His Word las tomó para Dying to Sleep y él dice que siempre va a ser importante, sí, alumbrar una luz en este tema. Y obvio que Man of His Word también hay que rescatar el casting, es muy bueno.
Oh, qué bueno, men. ¿Tiene alguna pregunta que hacerle a Paris? Bueno, yo
No,
tengo
John, por el
otra.
momento no.
Bueno, hay otra historia que la verdad me parece interesante, que él habla sobre el tema de cáncer terminal, superarlo y todo eso. Yo veo esta historia y me dan ganas de llorar siempre. Pero, hombre, quisiera preguntarte sobre, o sea, ¿cómo es esa experiencia en esa historia como tan delicada? Porque es un proyecto muy, no secreto, sino un proyecto que está bajo la luz. ¿Por qué?
Man, and another project with a delicate subject, prepare yourselves accordingly. Uh, Again, shining a light about a delicate subject. Tell us more about it. And John feel that this project needs to come out more. Like it's like under the radar. So no, let's expose it. Let's show it more about this movie.
I agree. I agree. Real quick here. I think Eric is trying to jump on. Let me
Tell
get
tell him that jump in anytime
okay.
because John got question from both of you, and
Yeah.
like always, Eric knows that I always receive him with a smile.
All right. Okay.
Hey, man.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Hey, man.
All right. There you go. Sorry, guys. All right, Eric's going to step in now. We had a little update on Zoom, and I don't know. Anyway, here's your Eric.
Thank you.
Hi, guys.
Hey, man.
How are we doing?
Bye, man. How are
Fine.
you, man?
Look at that mug.
Oh, man. It's honor, man.
Like always. And yes, we were talking about projects with you and our friend Dylan. But Paris, do you wanna answer the last question, or you wanna continue with
Make
our
it quick.
beloved Eric?
I'll make it quick. Yeah, the Prepare Yourselves Accordingly also deals with a mental health topic, which was with my friend Charlotte again. She was the one that cast me in that. And that was a really cool story to tell, because I think those kind of stories are really important, which is why, segue, Dying to Sleep also has a little bit of a mental health topic. And Eric actually plays one of the doctors trying to prescribe this woman what he thinks is the medicine to help her brain function properly.
I'm a Prozac guy in this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, and tell us more about that beautiful role, because we were talking with Paris, like shining a light on mental health, shining a light on this type of projects.
Oh,
Tell us more about your role. And John, ¿qué decir?
hay dos proyectos, Eddie y Paris, que son muy buenos, que yo me los vi. Sign Hall at the Magic is amazing. It's amazing.
And of course, anything you want to talk about the project that you did with Paris, that Scene Hall and the Magic, go ahead.
No, Paris is the one to talk about the project, because Paris is much more articulate than I am. I am simply a tool to be used by Paris. But this is an important film because it was told in a funny and unique way. But it's a subject that's very old, and it's about the evolution in society of our behavior, our needs, our desires, our addictions. Like, it's so funny. We went through an opiate addiction as a society, and on TV, what dominated commercials were laxative commercials, because we were in an opiate situation, so everybody was constipated. But nobody was saying that. It was just out there to be understood if you paid attention. it was very funny to me because I wasn't addicted to opiates. But if you were, it was a horrible time. Oh my God. Everybody you knew had an issue, and everybody you knew was constipated. What a horrible way to live. Anyway, how did I go there?
Well, it's like what you're saying. Back then, the opiate crisis. Now there's a lot of mental health issues. That's kind of a common theme nowadays. So Dying to Sleep kind of tried to tackle that, or at least shed a light on it, you know.
Wow,
Thank you for
man.
shining a light.
No, thank you for sincerely, man. Hay otros dos proyectos más que queremos, obviamente, Paris, Dylan, saber un poco más, y es sobre Daijin To Sleep, que está Is Coming, Is Better, pero también está Emergence 2028, que es sobre conspiraciones. No te puedo preguntar cuál es la conspiración favorita, pero sí dígame, terror, qué mala.
We
Translate
can
for me,
talk
Paris.
No, Paris, do you speak the Spanish? I will do it. My friend Eric. We don't want to talk about conspiracies, but we want to talk about Emergence 2028, man. So anything, both of you want to talk about it? Go ahead.
Yeah, that was another project we were able to that Eric signed on. That is a utopian. It is a interesting future. Ian Kane, Matt Taff are the creators. Ian Kane created this really cool world where they've defunded the police, and now there's criminals running the show a little bit. So it's a little bit of a commentary of what could happen. This is all out of Ian Kane's brain. But Eric played the head evil boss man. You know, he gives a great performance in that one, because it's also a social commentary. That Emergence 2028 is a social commentary. So, you know, Eric really likes, I think, I don't mean to speak for you, but, you know, projects that mean something you can sink your teeth into.
Eric, like you say the last time, they are not evil guys. They just think that they're doing the right choice. But tell us more, because we love you doing the good and the bad, or maybe the mistaken men in the movies.
No, well, bad guys don't believe they're bad guys. If they believe they're bad guys, then they would feel bad all the time. No, they feel good all the time about the fact that they believe they are correct. And so they are fine. And that's how you play a bad guy. You play a bad guy who thinks he is a good guy, therefore he is not hurting anybody. Or if he is, it's victimless. I mean, you always, you know, they always have lots of excuses. And that's why they're fun to play, because they lie to themselves. That's what's fun to play.
Wow, man. It's awesome, man. No, yo quiero hacer mi última pregunta para decir el mensaje. Eric, yo sé, hemos hablado con Padre sobre zombies, pero quisiera preguntarle cómo es ser dirigido por Michael Paré. Hay una de Zombies on a Plane, y actuar de One Through Deathnet. Eso es algo increíble.
¿Mencionaste dos proyectos, solo uno?
Dos proyectos.
Talking about zombies, we talk about it with Paris, but a friend of the channel, the great Michael Paré, you were directed by him in Zombies on a Plane. But tell us not only about that, Eric, but that movie that is called Wrongful Death. Anything you want to tell us, it will be a pleasure.
I love Michael Paré. What a cool cat. We always have fun together. He and I have worked together maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. And we just always have fun. It's like going to camp with Mike Paré. And yeah, there's nothing to tell except he and I are very serious at work. And everybody thinks we're like party boys. We're not, but everybody thinks we are. But we get together and do good work together. He's a great guy, by the way. He's a true good man. And he's a cool movie star actor. I like him.
When he was on the channel, man, I was like, wow, because he was doing the interview alongside the posters of A and the Cruisers. No, he's amazing, like you.
Yeah.
And for us, because we know that I got my 30s, John got his 20s, but you, and also you, Paris, and also Michael, they're actors for generations. You like to my father, but to me. So thank you for always, because we love movies for all the ages, man.
How
I need
kind.
to tell it, and Jhon wanna tell you something. What do you wanna say, Eric? Because Jhon got me like a message that he want me to read for both of you. Tell and I will read the message.
Yo quiero poder decirles que parte del canal de Jhon Jatenjor Interview, darle estos mensajes a Paris y Eric sobre todo el trayecto que han hecho. Así que Andrés, puede decirse.
But before I tell it, because I will read the messages, do you want to say something, Eric, before I read it?
Oh, me?
Yes, because I think
Oh,
that.
no, I'm good. I want to hear what you have to tell me.
Wow. Okay. First, Paris. There are like, sure, 2 paragraphs for Paris. Okay. Paris, your ability to bring characters to life and tell stories is truly exceptional. Every performance of yours immerses us in a new world and makes us connect with the emotions of your characters. Your versatility and commitment to your art are inspiring and remind us of the importance of pursuing our dreams with passion. May this new year bring you more exciting opportunities, stimulating challenges, and unforgettable moments in your career, and more music videos, please, because I love it. Continue to light up the screen with your magnetic presence and leave an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Congratulations on your achievements so far and all that is yet to come.
Wow.
Now we're going to it.
Paris.
No, yeah, Paris, you're a really great person. I will check out all the music videos because I'm a music, and Eric knows that I'm a music video, soccer. I love everything about that kind of art. And you know that Eric had appeared in even one of the most important music videos in history. No, The Killers, Akon. But no more
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
2 paragraphs for Eric. Your incredible career as an actor has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Over the years, you have demonstrated an exceptional ability to immerse yourself in a variety of roles and characters, bringing authenticity and depth to each performance. Your passion for acting and dedication to your craft is an inspiration to all who admire your work, like I was saying, all generations. From memorable film runs to television series appearance, and Jhon, you forget the music videos. You have demonstrated an impressive versatility that has captivated audience everywhere. Your screen presence is always a gift to those looking out to witness it. And because I need to tell it, we're happy to know you, man. Because for us it's surreal. We are from a small city in Colombia. Thank you for existing, Eric Roberts.
Thank you so much. That was so kind. Thank you.
Oh man. Then so you tend to bother you because you are great. Jhon?
¿Tienen algún mensaje para Colombia? Pueden decirlo. Para último.
Yes. And I wanna tell you this, Eric, because I didn't tell you the last time. And Jhon, le tengo que preguntar sobre la película. En clásico. One of the favorite movies, and I think, Eric, you know it, here in Colombia and Latin America, is The Specialist, man. You could know that we call it El Especialista. Yeah. Luis Llosa, a Peruvian director. I don't know if you want to talk about the movie, but I needed to bring it because you know that you did a lot of movies. We mentioned last time we were your favorite roles, but I not that I forget that. It's that there are many. I need to tell you, man, because that movie is a really beloved movie. They still play it here in Latin America. I needed to tell you.
Well, what I love the most about that movie and my memory of it is my friendship with the man who played my father, Rod Steiger. He and I made friends, and we were friends until his death. And he was one of the coolest guys I've ever known, one of the best actors I've ever known, and one of my best friends at the end of his life. And I really, really treasured his companionship and his company and his advice. He gave lots of advice if you wanted it or not. And but it was always good advice. He was a very smart man, and he had seen everything. And of course, he was an Academy Award winner, 3-time nominee, and just a cool cat. I just loved him dearly. And he taught me the grace you have to take old age with. You must be graceful with it because it's not kind. So you have to be graceful with it.
Well, don't worry, because when I show you the last picture, you appear in the channel. My mother says, "Oh, Eric is still beautiful." You know that Latinas love you.
Yes.
You know it.
Hermoso salió todo. Hombre, un mensaje para Colombia como despedida. Y hombre, tenemos que dirigir a Dylan y a Eric con Action, así como la vez pasada. Así que coméntales.
First, you, Dylan, because as I tell you at the beginning, you got fans here in Latin America, in Colombia, with your short films, with your movies, with your music videos, you know the Twitter. So some words to Colombia, and later you edit some words to Colombia. But let's start with Paris. What do you want to tell to the channel, to Colombia, to whatever you want?
I'm so excited to learn that there are fans out there watching my journey. The reason why I do this is to share it with others. So thank you so much for tuning in and keeping in tune with my my acting and directing journey. I appreciate you all.
Well, I want to go to Colombia. So all I ask for is my own bathroom, but I want to go to Colombia. So let's make a movie in Colombia, and let's do it soon. I'm kind of partial towards Paris as my boss. I really do enjoy him as my boss. So let's get a project in Colombia with Paris directing, me starring in it, and you producing. There we go.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Well,
I will,
God.
I will
Wow.
tell the thing that I always tell to John, because I know that this project a lot of him will grow up, and when John got the money, make it happen. John, cuando tienes el dinero, hazlo realidad. Ya lo dijo Eric.
Thank you, man. Thank you. No, la verdad
I
es
appreciate it.
increíble. Y, hombre, Eric, la verdad, muchas gracias. De hecho, Andrés Mosquera desde Bogotá te dice que gracias. Dile eso.
Y antes de decirlo, quería preguntarte, porque yo le mencioné un proyecto, ¿hay algún proyecto que tú le quieras decir a Eric
Que
que
gracias
te
por
gustó y no le
participar
la
en
otra
el
vez?
documental del terror mío.
Okay, thank you. As a final, and we say here Tocayo, a person with the same name of myself but different last name, Andrés Mosquera from Bogotá. He told us that he got, and I will ask John if there is right or wrong, que él tenía o que él tiene todas las películas o que las perdió.
Que las perdió por la lluvia.
Andrés Mosquera got, and he lost it, all your 80s and 90s movies, he lost it, but thankfully he watched it. So he's like all here in Colombia and the world. He wanna say just thank you. And yes, John also wants to say thank you for you appearing on his documentary. And I will tell John in Spanish, please, John, make yourself a rich and wealthy man and produce a movie with Eric Roberts and Paris Dylan Heath. John, por favor, vuélvete millonario y produce la película.
No, increíble. No, thank you so much, Eddie. Thank you so much, Paris. Gracias por todo. Y por favor, darle las gracias a Floyd Burr, que amé de los likes.
And Floyd Bird, John loved the love lights, and no, thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye bye. Thank you, Eddie.
God bless you.
Peace, man.